Welcome to the Conscious Portal podcast. My name is Amy, and I'm so happy that you're here today listening to this episode. It's been one that's been a long time in the making, and I keep refilming it, and it keeps not being what I want it to be. But I think it's because I had a lot more to sit with and to understand myself before I could fully share all of my insights. And I apologize about the glare in my glasses if that's annoying. My contacts rolled behind my eyeballs while I was sleeping. I know you're not supposed to sleep in them, but I did, and now they're lost. And hopefully my body purges them out some way or another. Today I'm going to be talking about your relationship with yourself. I think it's the most important relationship you will ever have in your entire life. It's the only relationship that you're guaranteed to have your entire life. Our lives are coming from us, our thoughts, our beliefs, and your relationship with you, with anyone else, with any object is really just your thoughts about that person or thing. So your relationship with yourself just comes down to what are your thoughts about you? So many of these thoughts and beliefs that we have were programmed into us from childhood. If we weren't taught emotional regulation, we think that having emotions is bad. We don't learn how to process them. If we are rejected for expressing our true, authentic self, then we'll think who I am is not safe to be expressed. I'm wrong. I'm bad in some way. I'm unacceptable. We all just want to feel loved and accepted and seen, and most of all, as children, we want to survive. So especially if it was our caretakers and parents that criticized us being ourselves, we're going to repress that authentic part of ourselves. And that creates kind of like a rift within us. It creates disharmony and imbalance because at our core as human beings, I think that we all just want to be loved and accepted for who we are. We want to know that who we are at our core, the beautiful gift of the body, the personality, the vessel that God created for us to live in, we want to know that it is worthy of love. When we repress it and don't even allow it to be seen or loved, and we think we have to like people please and put this mask on and behave in ways that other people like, it creates this split in ourselves where we start to hate ourselves, resent ourselves, not fully appreciate and express our authentic selves. And that's where all of these issues come into play, like projection, hypocrisy, jealousy, envy, anger, lying, manipulation. I think all of that stems from us repressing these shadow characteristics that we have. And it's because we learned in childhood to reject certain parts of ourselves. If our experiences were dismissed as children, we learn to not trust our own perceptions, our own awareness, our own thoughts, our own feelings. We learn to kind of outsource approval, outsource understanding because we're not validated within. And it is our job as adults to reverse this. You might not want to hear this, but your relationship with yourself is entirely up to you. It doesn't matter what your parents did when you were a kid. It doesn't matter what your friends said, if you were bullied, if you were unaccepted. It does not matter the circumstances you were given in childhood, because as an adult, you have the choice and the responsibility to reclaim your power, to build up your relationship with yourself. And it's completely up to you. You can't expect your parents to be any different. I see so many adults try to do this. We want our parents to finally be proud of us, to say the kind, loving thing, to accept who we are. And if that's not happening, that's not happening. I don't know about you, but I don't want my self-acceptance and happiness to be dependent on another person's opinion, because their opinion has everything to do with them and what they believe and nothing to really do with me. I just happen to be the outside thing that they're projecting their opinion onto. My dad, for example, hates that I have tattoos, would constantly criticize them, make jokes about them, tell me that I'm ruining my life because I have them. And if I still had that childhood brain that said, I need approval from my dad, I need him to love me, I need him to accept me, then I wouldn't accept myself, because I'd be like, fuck, what was I thinking? He's right. Tattoos are wrong. This is bad. I'm unlovable. I'm acceptable because my dad doesn't accept me. I would be sent into this spiral. But because I have taken responsibility for my relationship with myself, and I love everything about myself and all the choices I make, when he says that about me, I understand it's his own projection. And I know, thank God, I'm not outsourcing my self-love. I'm creating it within, so that when anybody else has an opinion about me and they speak it to me, especially someone in your family, because holy shit, why is that so terrifying? It's like we're terrified of our family and their opinions. At least I am. When that opinion is said, it doesn't hurt me, as bad, at least. And honestly, now it really doesn't hurt me at all. I've done the work so deeply within myself to love and accept myself. And I'm like, you know what? I might never get my dad's approval or love and acceptance in this way. And I'm okay with that. So whatever he says can't hurt me. So you have to take back responsibility for your life. Don't wait for the world to change. Don't wait for other people to change. Don't wait for them to say the things they never said to you, because you might be waiting your whole last life. And I don't think that you should have to wait your entire life to feel good about yourself and to be kind to yourself. So understand that even if it is other people saying negative things about you, the only reason it hurts is because part of you also believes it's true. Think about it. If someone were to come up to you and say, you're too tall, you shouldn't be 6'5", and you're like 5'4", you just be like, is this person on drugs? Is this person okay? Like, what are they saying? Or if they're like, your purple hair is ugly and your hair is brown, you just be like, a little confused. Like, it wouldn't hurt because you don't have purple hair. It wouldn't hurt because you're not tall. So when someone says something about you and it hurts, it's because part of you also believes it's true or doesn't want to believe it's true. My biggest fear all the time, I think about this, I worry about this, I lay in bed at night stressing, is that people are saying things about me behind my back, that people see me in this certain light that I can't control, and they're talking negatively about me. And the reason why it hurts is because part of me is like, well, fuck, it might be true. Like, if people are saying, Amy's so self-centered, she's so mean, she only cares about herself, she's so weird, she dresses weird, her clothes are weird, she says weird things, she's so awkward. Those are all just my own thoughts about myself. And I'm imagining other people are saying them, and I'm so terrified because I know deep down it's true. I know that all those things are true about me, and I don't want people to say them because then it's like, fuck, I've blown my cover. Now they see the reality of who I am. Now they fully see me, and that's so vulnerable and scary. So this is where reclaiming your shadow comes in. And your shadow is really just characteristics and traits that have been repressed because you were told somewhere along the way that they were unacceptable. These are parts of yourself that you don't consciously identify with, but they exist. And because no quality of a human being can completely go away if it's, part of being human, they just get sent into your shadow, into your unconscious. They get suppressed, rejected. These shadow qualities are anger, jealousy, envy, fear, shame, selfishness, your sexuality, grief, vulnerability, confidence, creativity, power, and playfulness. If any of these things were discouraged or made it so that your caretakers neglected you or shamed you or punished you, then they're going to be sent into your unconscious. And it's important to be aware of these qualities and to reclaim them. Otherwise, they will wreak havoc? One of those. Wreak havoc on your life, because just like your authentic self that lives deep down, buried under every mask and layer of shame and people pleasing, it wants to be expressed. These shadows also want to be expressed. They want to be seen and acknowledged, and they can actually be used in a very helpful, enlightening way, as long as we're not constantly repressing them, because your anger just shows you where you care. Your sadness shows you where you loved. Same with your grief. Your vulnerability shows you where you're not fully accepting yourself and where you're not fully feeling safe in society with people. Fear and shame just show you where you're stuck and where you need to keep moving and where you need to develop strength and bravery and resilience. It's important to not repress any of these things, but let them come up. Acknowledge them. Let them be your teacher. Let them guide you, because they're not going anywhere. I'll tell you that. They are not going anywhere. So they might as well be used as a teacher, used as insight into yourself so you can get to know yourself better and live a better life. What's so interesting to me is your shadow can also hold positive qualities. Like, if you were taught that it's not okay to express happiness and excitement and joy, then those will also be sent into your subconscious, and you're not going to allow yourself to experience them. And you're going to miss out on literally half of life, whether you repress negative or positive or both. Whatever you're repressing is causing you to miss out on half of what it's like to be a human, causing you to miss out on half of life, on half of your emotional experience. And I don't know about you, but while I'm here on this earth, I want to experience everything there is to experience, even all the hardship and anger and sadness. That is part of being human. We signed up for this. This is part of the deal. So if you notice that you don't let yourself be happy either, maybe start to think about, was I shamed for being happy or joyful? And you don't have to figure out exactly how or why or when you were told to change as a child. I think that can be like a rabbit hole that you fall down and never quite see the end of. Just recognize if you're repressing the emotions, if you're not letting yourself be happy and joyous, because then you're going to start to repel things that would make you happy, things that you would be excited about, because your brain thinks, oh, I'm not allowed to experience these emotions. And so you repress that, and you repel anything that could make you feel that way because you don't think that you're allowed to experience that. Back to what I was saying about your relationship with yourself. It's really just your thoughts, and your thoughts determine your entire life. Your thoughts, your beliefs are manifesting and creating your life every single day. And this is great news because it means that you are not at the mercy of life. You are not at the mercy of other people. You're not at the mercy of your circumstances, of your past, of your failures. You're not at the mercy of any of it. Your life is truly up to you. It's just what you choose to think about and focus on. If you believed that your life was in your control and in your power, and all that mattered was what you believed you deserved, how you spoke to yourself, you'd probably get to work to change that. Right? You'd probably want to know, okay, what am I thinking? What am I believing that's creating my life? Look at any result in your life and trace it back to a thought and a belief system. Ultimately, it boils down to your relationship with yourself, what you think you do and don't deserve, what you think you're worthy of as a human being on this planet. And if you want to dream big, if you want to have a better life, if you're sick of the results that you've been creating so far, and you have a better idea for yourself, you're going to have to recognize what your relationship is like with yourself. Are you the kind of person that has an inner judgmental critic that's constantly tearing down everything you do and say and thinking that you should be better, you could be more perfect, there's something wrong with you? What is the voice in your head saying to you most of the time? Is it encouraging you or is it beating you down? This can be a very hard reality to face because we all want to believe that we love ourselves and that we deserve to be alive and that we have a good relationship with ourselves. But it will all come down to the thoughts that you think. That's where the truth will be revealed. One way to test how good your relationship is with yourself is to say positive affirmations. Bonus points if you look in a mirror. I'm so proud of you. You're doing so amazing. You can do hard things. You've got this. You can handle anything that comes your way. I love you for how you've been showing up. That one for me is like, eesh. I don't know about that one. I've been a little cringy sometimes. But you know what? That's part of a good relationship with yourself, is understanding you're going to be cringe, you're going to be weird, you're going to be strange, you're going to be awkward. That's the shadow, baby. It's all coming up. It wants to be seen. So can you say those things to yourself? When you think about saying these positive affirmations, self-love affirmations, how do you feel? Does it make you uncomfortable? Does your brain automatically go, that's not true. That's not true. You can't. That's going to be a big indicator of how you're treating yourself. Also, when you go home at night, when you're in bed, is your brain spiraling? And what is it spiraling about? Are you judging yourself? Are you having regrets about the past? Are you thinking you should have shown up in a way that was different? Are you thinking that you're wrong, that nobody loves you, that nobody accepts you? Something to pay attention to. And then I would ask, is it really that these people don't love and accept me? Or is it that I don't love and accept me? Another reason I think it's important to have a good relationship with yourself is because nothing that anyone else says or does will be able to affect you. It might a tiny bit, but you'll be stronger. You'll be more resilient. You will have so much self-awareness that you can process whatever negative emotions come up, move through the illusion, and meet anyone with understanding, which is ultimate peace. And I think the cheat code to life, understanding, acceptance. Something that happens to me quite often is my friends will make plans to go out without me. They will go camping without me. They'll go out drinking without me. They'll have a pool day without me. This used to really get to me. I used to think we're not true friends. I'm being kicked out. They don't want to spend time with me. They hate me. They like their other friends better. And honestly, that might all be true. But what's more important is that I understand that I'm creating my own life. I'm in charge of it. And I cannot be reliant on other people to make me happy or to make me feel included. So if someone doesn't invite me to something, I understand, okay, I wasn't meant to be there. They didn't want me there. They didn't want to experience me. And that's okay because I like to experience me and this is my life. And if my friends stop inviting me to things, it's up to me to go make other friends, to meet other people who do want to be with me. Because even if someone doesn't want your company, someone else always will. And sometimes it's up to you to go and find them. So I just see it as an opportunity to either enjoy my own company with myself, not always have to be invited, but learn to enjoy a night in or going on a solo walk or a solo date. If I am good with my own company and I have a beautiful relationship with myself, then I'm okay to just have a night with myself. And I'm not going to judge myself or beat myself up for not getting invited to something, because that does not determine my worth or my value as a human being. Whether or not someone wants me at the function doesn't mean anything about my worth. I still deserve to be alive as a human on this planet. I still get to be me. I get to enjoy me. I get to enjoy my company. And because I love me so much, I have no problem doing life with me, being with me 24/7. I used to avoid myself constantly through food, nicotine, weed, having sex with random people, going on vacations. I'm not saying these things inherently mean that you're avoiding yourself, but sometimes you can overdo them and truly escape yourself and avoid your life because you're giving into these hits of dopamine. I was just so sick and tired of being me. Like, I would indulge in all of these drugs and substances and people because I didn't want to face the reality of myself. I didn't want to feel like I was stuck with myself, because guess what? There's this negative shit talker who won't leave me alone in my head, just constantly like replaying negative situations, having judgmental thoughts about me, being so fucking rude. And it's my own fucking voice. Can't get rid of it. So I had to stop partaking in the substances and just sit down with the voice. Something I found so helpful in strengthening my relationship with myself. Whenever I do want to partake and indulge in a substance or a person or overeating, I just ask myself, what's the matter, love? What's the matter? And I kind of pause and give myself some time to really figure out what is going on for me. What am I escaping? What am I avoiding? What do I feel like I can't handle? And what does that say about me? I just say, what's the matter? And then I let my heart speak. And holy shit, my heart has been holding some heavy things. It'll say, I wish they loved me. I don't think I'm good enough. I don't think I deserve what I want. I don't think I'm strong enough. I don't think I can handle this. I don't think I'm capable. Life is too hard. Life is too stressful. Life is too much for me right now. I just can't handle it. And then instead of repressing that and denying that truth, I meet it with love and understanding. And I'm like, oh yeah. I mean, it makes sense. Makes sense why you want some nicotine. Makes sense why you want to go get ice cream. It makes sense why you want to just escape into this person that you're dating and escape yourself. When those are the thoughts you're thinking, when that's the way you're feeling, it makes sense why you don't think you can handle it. But thank you for telling me. You're allowed to feel these things. And also, let's maybe sit with them and allow them to process and not continue to avoid or escape or numb. And the crazy thing is, the more understanding and awareness I have for why I'm wanting to escape myself, the less I want to escape. When you meet yourself with love and understanding, you have nothing to run from. And then you want to take care of yourself. Then you start to value your health and your life and the direction that you're headed. When you have no relationship with yourself, or a negative one, it's like you just neglect yourself. You stop caring. You don't go after your dreams. You don't take the risks. You don't put yourself out there. You don't chase new experiences. You're not curious anymore. You're just stuck in this cycle, in this rut. But when you have a good relationship with yourself, all of these beautiful qualities start to come back. Your curiosity, your desire to adventure, your social life, your battery, your creativity, your power, all of that comes back when you are on the same team as you again. When you are able to see your authentic self and express her and understand that you're going to have your own back at the end of it. When you express your authentic self, that can feel vulnerable and scary if it has never been met with love. But the worst that can happen is your own judgmental voice in your head. So if you vow to never speak a negative word about yourself again, if you vow to always have your own back, to always be kind to yourself, when you show up authentically, it's almost like a science experiment. That's how I've been choosing to see it lately. I'm like, okay, let's see, how does Amy exist in the world today? Oh, this is what she wants to wear. Okay. This is her makeup. This is her hair. This is her social battery. This is how she's talking. This is the music she's listening to. It's like I just am on such good terms with myself that I just let myself be. I just see, okay, what wants to be expressed through me today? What creativity do I have? What social energy do I have? What do I have to give? What do I want to get in return? I just can live in like this flow of life, because I know at the end of the day, I'm going to come home and get in bed and only speak kindly to myself. I'm not going to beat myself up for anything I did in my past, because that is just not useful. It gets me nowhere. I'm just going to continue to be curious, treat myself and my life like a science experiment. It's not personal. Anyone else's judgments or criticisms, not personal. not about me. Return to sender. Thank you. I'm good with me. So if you're not good with me, you're probably just projecting whatever quality you don't like about me. First of all, you're kind of creating it based on your perception of me, and it's probably a quality that you don't accept in yourself either. And I get it. I understand. It's hard to accept ourselves fully. So when someone judges me, I'm just like, they're an incomplete person. They're not allowing themselves to experience their fullness of humanity. So they're judging the qualities in other people that they judge within themselves. And I just see it for what it is. And I'm like, you know what? I accept the entirety of what it is to be human. I accept every part of myself. So I'm not judging it within myself or within other people. So no one's criticism can hurt me. My own criticism is no longer existent. And I just go to bed every night being so grateful and happy that I worked through all the bullshit that was in my head, that was programmed into me, because it's not mine. I don't claim it. I don't want it. Life is too short to hate yourself. If you think about it, you are not even personal to you. You were created. Your consciousness is experiencing life through you, with you. Why not love God's creation? I just love myself like I love a sunset, like I love a flower. I just see it for what it is. I recognize its beauty. I'm not thinking it should be any different than it is, because that's just denying reality and arguing with reality. And then I can kind of settle into this like harmonious relationship with myself and with the universe, because I'm not thinking that anything should be different than it is. I'm not hiding my authentic self. I'm allowing her to be expressed and seen and loved. That's really the only way I want to live these days, honestly. I'm kind of sick of the people pleasing. I'm sick of the lying. I'm sick of the repression. Nothing good has ever come from that. And trust me, I used to cut myself. I used to self-harm. I used to beat myself up. I ended up in the hospital. I wanted to die. And I've overcome all of that and learned to love myself. So I promise, if I could overcome all of the bullshit that was programmed into me in my childhood about my worth and my lovability, you can overcome it too. You just have to take responsibility. You have to decide that you want it bad enough. How much is your relationship with your self-worth? And do you want to continue to use the same excuses over and over again? The excuse of getting bullied, not being accepted by your parents, not being accepted into this college or this friend group, or whatever your excuse is for why you think you're unworthy, why you think you can't love yourself. Just decide if it's worth it. Just decide if that excuse is worth a lifetime of pain and disharmony and imbalance and avoidance. It's not worth it for me. I would rather do the work of uncovering my negative thoughts, replacing them with the positive ones, and watch my life explode in front of me, because it's worth it. You are worth it. You are worth having a beautiful relationship with yourself. If everyone in the world loved themselves and treated themselves with kindness, we would have a much more beautiful, harmonious, lovely, kind world. But of course, that's not the case, because we are also just human. But it really can start with you. It can start with you and your relationship with you and how you treat yourself. Make sure that you like it.